Well, happy birthday, we could say. Today is Zayin Adar, which is the birthday of Moshe Rabbeinu and also the passing of Moshe Rabbeinu. And people walk around saying, wow, it's Zayin Adar, it's a special day. Question is, how is it special? What does it have to do with our personal struggles? You know, is it, that's great for Moshe Rabbeinu. What is it for our personal struggles? And there are lots of things to say. Let's just take one piece of it today. Welcome to Growing with the Lilies. This is Sarah Tova Best. So, Moshe Rabbeinu's day, it says that, of course, we know that on his birthday, his mazel is very strong. Let's go back with that. On your birthday, your mazel is very strong. Mazal gaiver. That we all know. That's a basic in Torah. On your birthday, your mazel is very strong. Yes, it's true that classically Yidden did not celebrate birthdays, but as we step into the Gula Shlema, there's a whole deeper expression of Torah, not a change in Torah, God forbid, but a deeper expression of Torah that shows us deeper levels of truth that have always been there and sometimes have not been available to us. So now we know the Lubavitcher Rebbe made a very big thing after the passing of Rebbe Chaim Mushka on her first birthday, after that, of us now celebrating birthdays. What is a birthday? We know with Moshe Rabbeinu, the birthday is very different from the Yortzeit. The Yortzeit is a time when we sum up, we want to say celebrate, what the person accomplished in the world. All of their actions. They did amazing things. And people love Lena that there are still Yortzeits and there's still Shleishim. It's one of the horrible parts of Gullus that we have Yortzeits and all of that. And we talk about what they accomplished. So what is the birthday? What are you going to say? What they will accomplish? Why is it that Moshe Rabbeinu, when he was born, the whole house was filled with light? Because of everything he did? He didn't do anything. He was 1 second old. You see a tiny baby, it's 1 second old. What are you going to say about what they did? Nothing. What they might do? Maybe. No way to know. So what did fill the whole house with light when Moshe Rabbeinu was born? His essence. The moment a child is born, his essence is revealed. The essence that you can't hold with your hand. It doesn't show on your accomplishments. His very essence filled the entire house, the entire world. And when we say that his mazel is very strong today on his birthday, the essence of Moshe Rabbeinu fills the entire world. And of course, he fills us. It says, Moshe Yisrael, Yisrael hu Moshe. Moshe Rabbeinu is the Jewish people. The Jewish people are Moshe. Within Moshe Rabbeinu, all Yidden, past, present, and future, are there. We are inside Moshe Rabbeinu, so to speak. Whatever is happening with him is happening with us because we are included within him on some level. On the day of his birthday, when his mazel is very strong, so is ours. Mazel tov. When your mazel is strong, well, you're asked to give everybody brachas, and all kinds of things can be transformed, and we're going to see that in a second. So the interesting thing, though, the difference between our birthdays, whatever your birthday is, you know on that day you have a special, very powerful mazel. That's why people ask you for brachas. But the rest of the days, you know, you kind of feel like after your birthday, you go back to regular status. You're kind of a superhero on your birthday. And then you go back the next day to kind of regular status. You're just a regular person. Moshe Rabbeinu does not. It says, in fact, in Esther Rabbah, in the Medrash, V'achad ba'adar nolad Moshe. It says that Moshe Rabbeinu was born on the 1st of Adar. That's news to me. It said, here we are, it's the 7th of Adar. We know his birthday is the 7th. Why is it saying in Esther Rabbah that he was born on the 1st? And here's the question, and here's the answer. Shekavana, he, lahadgish ha'pu'ula kol ha'chaydish. The kavana is in Torah to emphasize that the effect of Moshe Rabbeinu's mazel fills the entire month. He doesn't have it just for one day. His mazel today fills the entire month of Adar. Me'echad ba'Adar, shekaylo kol yimei Chodesh. Because on the first day of a month, Rosh Chodesh, why is Rosh Chodesh so important? It includes the entire month in it. It's a supercharged day. So when the Medrash refers to Moshe Rabbeinu's day as being the first of Adar, it's emphasizing that just like the whole month is included in Rosh Chodesh, everything about Moshe Rabbeinu permeates the whole month. And that's why it's as if his birthday is on the first day of the month. So what does that mean for us, net effects? The whole month, Bari Mazli. Our mazel is powerful the entire month. And that's one of the reasons why, and maybe we'll do this in a separate audio, it says in Torah, if a Yid has to have a court case against a non-Yid, he should make sure, if he can, to do it in the month of Adar. Why? Go to court. If you have to go to court, go in the month of Adar. And there are some amazing stories about that. And the reason is because Bari Mazli, our mazel is very powerful. Every single Jew's mazel is very powerful the entire month. It doesn't only, now, what if you, thank God you don't have to go to court. So what could that mean for you, for me, for all of us? Our mazel is strong the whole month of Adar, and I don't even need to go to court because thank God I don't have any parking tickets or much worse. Then there's a much more unbelievable application of my mazel is powerful. Wow, the sky's the limit. There are things that I can accomplish, that I can step into in a most expansive geuludic way that the rest of the year is a struggle. And when it comes to the month of Adar, things become possible. Opportunities come my way. I have a certain kayach, and it's for me to step into it, take advantage. Hashem wants us to take advantage of it. But I want to make this short and do other recordings more about this. But let's just look into today. So, specifically today. So, it says that there's a whole story about the dice and the gyro that Haman threw, and that's a whole other topic. But we know that he threw the dice, and Haman was looking for the day that he could do his horrific deeds. We're not going to go into that now. And he kept throwing the dice, and every time, and we know this from Gemara Megillah, and every time it came out to a different month, that he said, no, that's not a good month for my bad stuff, because this is a good month for the Yidden, and each time was, the month of Nisan, that Yidden came out of Mitzrayim, Gulas Mitzrayim, that one's not going to work for me. And each month he said, oh boy, I'm not going to be able to work my horrible stuff in that month or that one. Every time the dice fell to a different month, Haman said, never going to work for me, until he got to the month of Adar. And it says, he said, yes, this is the month that I can do it. And so there is a lot of stuff that he didn't know. We're learning the Sikh of Parshas Tetzaveh of Yud and Yud Aleph, Adar Rishon, Taf, Shin, and Beis. Sikh of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. So Haman said, Adar is the good mother right month for me because Moshe Rabbeinu passed away. Now that's interesting. He didn't know that Moshe Rabbeinu was also born at that time. I'll read the words. Mipashtus divrei Gemara muchach, from the words of the Gemara, it implies the Gemara is telling us that, as it says, Kedai hu yom, it says in Girsa Rashi, Kedai hu yom haleida shetechaper al hamisa. That means that the day of birth overwhelms the day of passing. Haman didn't know that. He seemed to somehow know, and that's a whole other question. He seemed to somehow not know that Moshe Rabbeinu was born on this day. If he had known that, that would have changed everything, and he would have said, oh boy, I'm not starting up with that day or that month. But he did not know. Why didn't he know? The level that he couldn't relate to. That's also a whole other topic. The level that's not accessible to somebody who's not Jewish. Etzem Anefesh, the essence of the soul, that's a whole other level. But again, we're going back to the practical. What is today for me in my practical life? So the Gemara is saying that the negative thing that happened on Zayin Adar is overwhelmed by the positive thing that happened on today. Meaning, yes, there are two qualities to today. The worst and the best. My mazel is strong. And also, oh boy, Moshe Rabbeinu left the world. Where does that leave us? Lost sheep. We can, almost all of us relate to that. We're at a very complex time in life and in history. Maybe one of the most complex. We don't have to say the most painful, but the most complex. It's amazing, it's miraculous, it's horrible, it's this, you name it. One big, huge salad, challenge, whatever you want to call it, of a mixture of energies and confusing and a balagan kind of a situation. And this month of Adar is also balagan. You know, what's going to happen in Iran, and the United States is moving their ships in, and they say they will, they won't, and Iran is threatening, and he's threatening, and and we know what we want. We know that we want our enemy, Iran, that derives from Persia of old, to fall. We know that. They, for many years, declared themselves as our greatest enemies, and no one stood up for us. No one. And we still wonder who is standing up for us when we see the demonstrations and all of that. Who is standing up for us? Because our worst enemy, Achashverosh, so to speak, right? There in Iran, is still having his last statement about what he's planning to do, God forbid. We know the outcome, Geula Shlema. But the middle part is, tough to watch. So today, Moshe Rabbeinu comes along and says, I want you guys to understand something. Today, says Moshe Rabbeinu, it's my day. The Haman, Khomeini, he can say what he's going to say. But I am here to turn everything upside down. The energy of Adar is vinahatechu. It turns upside down. We've dealt with this guy before. He came along and he said, hang Mordechai on the gallows. We know that. Mordechai, the Moshe Rabbeinu, is the same Moshe Rabbeinu whose birthday is today. The Mordechai at that point was the Moshe Rabbeinu of his generation. Same one, same neshama, who seemed to be at incredible risk. And if he were hung, if Mordechai had been hung, chas v'shalom, Rahman Islan, on the gallows, what would have happened to us? They already told us what they were planning. The same thing Iran was saying that they were planning already for the last how many years? With all their brainwashed students in all universities around the world supporting them. They already told us. We're saying Am Yisrael Chai, and they're saying, stuff. They're saying stuff. But Mordechai, Mordechai, Moshe Rabbeinu says, today is my day. They're not going to hang Mordechai, Moshe Rabbeinu on the gallows. They're going to hang Haman, Chamnaneni. They're going to hang him on the gallows. He's going to go down. We're going to go up. And it all centers around today. Today is the day when it's sealed, cooked up in the heavenly spheres. Today is the powerful day for that. That's the only thing that's true. Did Haman know that that was a bad day for him? No. Did Hamani know that it was a bad day for him? You think over there in Iran they're thinking, Zion Adar, we're in trouble. Maybe not. But we know. He only knew bad day for the Jews. We know good day for the Jews. Good day for Klal Yisrael. Good day for Geula Shlema, world history, for anybody who stands for truth. So when Haman was Samach Simcha Gedaila, was very happy about, his horrible plans going into action, he simply missed the point about the power of today that fills up the entire month for the Yidden. So I'm just going to say on a personal level, we might be struggling with, you name it. And we might be feeling a balagan, confusing energy, you name it. And today, and this month. And yet, it's not the truth of the situation. And not only that, it's not the way Haman is declaring it. The Hamans of the world are making a declaration in the United Nations, what will be. And Moshe Rabbeinu is saying, hello, hey, it's my birthday today. I'm going to give a bracha to Klal Yisrael. You'll see what will happen. Do you think they're sitting in the UN right now and shaking and saying, oh no, it's Zion Adar. We know what happened last time. Uh-oh. Don't look outside. There might be the 50, right? The gallows 50 almost high for us. Uh-oh. Do you think they're sitting there saying it's Zion Adar, we're about to go down? I don't know. Maybe not. Is there Sar above in the heavenly spheres telling them, you guys got to be a little nervous today? Is Zion Adar. Everything's about to turn upside down. The Nahatehu. Today is a turn upside down day. Do a headstand. Do a handstand. Because that's what the energy is about. And by the way, for the Jews and for all those people of truth who embrace truth, it is upside down energy. The good guys will end up on top, are already on top. You can't change that. It's written in the books. It's written into the very essence of history. It's the moment today when Moshe Rabbeinu's essence fills the whole house, and at this point fills the entire world, which means your essence connected to that. The Moshe Rabbeinu in you, your essence is filling the entire world. Can any evil really stand up to that? And not only that, on the very simple level of our personal struggles, we want to have a conversation with ourselves and say, it sure looks like, things are really falling apart over here. That's because you read the wrong blog post. You read Khomeini's blog post. You read what he said. You listened to the news and you read what he said. And he's saying, you're going to be struggling forever. That's what he's saying. In our personal struggles, you're going to be struggling forever. Do you ever think you'll get out of this darkness and this struggle? Of course not. That's what the news post of Haman says. And the news post of Moshe Rabbeinu is, no. Don't believe that stuff. The truth is, Tyrus Emes. Moshe Kibel Tyre Misinai. Moshe's whole accomplishment in his physical life in this world was to receive the Torah and bring it to us and bring it to the world. That's what's happening now. And it's the moment he was born, his receiving the Torah and handing it over to us and handing it to the entire world, ultimately for him to shine the light of Torah into the entire world, that happens today. And that Tyrus Emes brought to us by Moshe Rabbeinu says, watch the darkness turn upside down or inside out, and the light within begin to emerge. Fill your life and fill the whole world. And that transformational energy is born today. When his mazel is strong, when our mazel is strong, our bari mazli of the whole month. So let's say to each other, Mazel Tov. May our mazel be tov in the most powerful way, collectively, all of us together, ushering in the time of eternal light, which overwhelms all darkness. May all our personal darkness and global darkness be totally overwhelmed in these holy moments of this special, incredible day. And usher in for each and every Yid, and for the whole world that's ready for it. Lichtike, Mazel Dik, Gula Mitzvah Shlema. And it should be immediately now.